Welcome into the CHGO Blackhawks Postgame Podcast. I'm Jay Zawaski with Greg Boysen. Mario Tirabassi is back at the United Center and will join us in a little bit here on the CHGO Blackhawks Postgame Show. The Hawks lose 5-1 to the Nashville Predators. And Greg, this one was annoying. We've had a lot of annoying losses this year, but you got Connor Murphy back. You have Ethan Del Mastro make his NHL debut. We talked about it on the show yesterday that this is about as healthy and as deep of a roster as they've had since the first game of the year. And it was mistake after mistake. It wasn't a ready-to-go thing this time. It was an execution thing this time, and boy, was that frustrating. It was tough to watch.
Yeah, not every blowout loss is a, hey, they didn't start on time, let's fire Luke Richardson game. Sometimes you just play like ass and get beat by a team that has been one of the top 3 teams in the NHL for the last 3 months.
Somehow. I still don't get it.
I don't either. You look at that roster and you're like, all right. Meh.
Hey, man, Filip Forsberg's got 46 goals this year.
If he had any more, that's a record for the Predators.
Franchise record.
Might score 50. I mean, that's...
Took down Scott Nickel.
How many...
Goal number 12.
How many 50-goal scorers we're going to have this season? A lot.
Seriously.
It's crazy.
Oof, that was tough. But anyway.
Yeah, it wasn't an effort issue tonight. It was an execution.
Yeah.
The other E word. No execution.
The one goal they scored was a 5-on-3 power play goal. Connor Bedard with a no-look backhand pass right on the tape to Philip Kurashev, who one-timed it beautiful. I feel like literally every other pass in this game was off the mark, was behind, was ahead, was at the feet, was hopping, was jumping. It's just everything they tried to do failed. And we've talked about this before. Like, everything is hard all the time for this team. This was exactly that story.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, you've got young guys that have never played this much hockey in a season, going through an NHL grind. You've got other guys who they're already thinking about next weekend, and they're, early tee times and all that stuff. It's not great right now, and the execution today was bad. It was so many blind passes in the middle of the ice. Anthony Ciu had a bad one earlier in the game.
Entwistle had one.
2 in that same. Yeah. It led to the second goal.
Yep.
In the same shift, everybody was just passing. It was blind passes. The slogan for this team this year should be the 23-24 Chicago Blackhawks, the masters of the pass to nobody.
Yes.
Or
the other team.
Right. And it was just some of these guys just refuse to shoot the goddamn puck.
Oh, my God.
So many times you had looks, and you're looking to pass in the middle through 4 or 5 sticks. Just take the shot. There were so many times on the power play where at one point they had 2 guys standing right in front of Lincoln, and they're still trying to pass it around. How many goals get scored in this league off of a rebound or a redirect? Or
ton of them.
From within 3 feet of the net. Most of them.
The vast majority of them. And this team does not have the talent to make the extra pass or 2 or 3. Every time this team opts to pass instead of shoot, they are lowering their percentages of a successful play. Because they don't have the skill to globetrot their way around the NHL. They just don't. The Dynasty team did. How many times did Pat Foley used to talk about, they look like the Globetrotters on ice? Because you had an all-star at every effing position, in every effing slot. This team is not that. And I know when you're struggling and you're not scoring and they got shut out last game, 1 goal this game, you start to be like, we got to be perfect. We have to be perfect. Just fire it. Just fire the damn puck. It's all you have to do. Maybe it's going to work. Maybe it's not, but at least you're giving yourself a chance. At least you're making the night difficult on Kevin Lankinen, who last I checked, we all love Kevin Lankinen. Super nice guy, gregarious, fun, good goalie. He's not Patrick Waugh. He's not Dominik Hasek. He's beatable.
In your last 2 home games, you've scored 1 goal on Jesper Wallstedt and Kevin Lankinen.
Yeah.
Wallstedt may be a really good goalie when it's all said and done, but it was his second career start. You just got to... It is what it is. There's 3 games left to this nonsense.
Yeah. You've been saying it for weeks. Like, this is just who they are.
They're not a good hockey team.
Yeah.
There's very little talent on this team.
Yeah.
And the most talented players are also your most inexperienced players who are going to make lots of mistakes because they're inexperienced.
Yeah.
Your most experienced players are not your most talented players.
You know what, though? I think, like, the guys who are... you feel like the younger guys are the ones who are performing better most nights. Yeah, there'll be those glaring mistakes here or there, but more often than not, I feel good about Bedard, Vlasic, Kurashev, Korchinski. Like, of course, there's going to be those moments where you're like, bad decision, bad read, whatever, learning experiences. But for the most part, the young guys have been okay. It's some of these veterans are just like, where are you? Like, what are you doing? All right, we got some stuff to get to before we continue. Make sure, first of all, you smash that like button for us. We appreciate that. We appreciate you being here after another tough loss. Like Greg said, we have 3 games to go. You guys have been with us for all 79 so far, and we love you for that. So please, please, please smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed as well. Podcast listeners, please make sure you're subscribed on your favorite podcast app and leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. You also, if you're here watching us live on YouTube, you can vote for the 4-star of the game, the 3 stars of the game, Kevin Lankinen, Luca Evangelista, and, of course, Filip Forsberg, who had the hat trick in this one. So here are your 4-star nominees for the Blackhawks. Connor Murphy in his return, 1842 of ice time. He had a shot, 3 shot attempts, and 4 hits. Tyler Johnson with an assist, 17-13, and 5 shots. And I don't know how Tyler Johnson did not score on that goal. That was actually very nicely set up by Murphy, who kind of weaved through the defense, put a backhander right on, and Johnson kind of more redirected it than shot it, but it just flew into Lankinen's glove. Like, yeah, oh my God, an inch higher or lower and it's in.
The story of the season. It is what it is.
Yeah.
When you're a bad team, you don't get good breaks.
And the other nominee for 4-star, Lucas Reichel, 1436, -1, 2 shots on goal, 3 shot attempts. He had a breakaway in this one. Why did we choose Lucas Reichel? I was very focused on him during this game, and the problem with him all year and what got him sent to Rockford was his lack of engagement. He was very engaged in this game, going in the corners, winning races to pucks, maybe not winning every board battle, but attempting to win every board battle. He was one of the guys that came out of this game looking to do something, looking to make an impression, looking to make a difference. And, yeah, the results weren't there on the score sheet, but if you watched that game, I think maybe in person it stood out a little bit more. Reichel was doing everything this team wants him to do aside from putting up points. So I want to reward that. I think he had a good game. He was doing the things he was asked to do by the coaches. And there was a play there in the second period where a puck was going around the boards, and he came in so fast. I saw him make the play and said, who was that? Oh, my God, that was Reichel. Like, nice. Like, freed up the puck, kept things going. I know he kept the puck in at the blue line to keep his shift going as well. So nice little subtle hustle plays from Reichel. And, look, everybody kind of sucked in this game otherwise, too. So that's part of it.
I'm just laughing at this because we both got here for the third period and missed the start of it.
Yeah.
You want to know what that penalty was? Like the Alex Vlasic got called for 2 minutes for abuse of officials.
Really?
Like,
so was it called at like the 0.000
26
mark?
seconds.
26 seconds. Okay. Yeah, I didn't see it. If anyone, I'm sure you all saw it in the chat. Tell us what happened in the chat because we didn't see it.
We missed the first minute because parking in this neighborhood is just a freaking disaster these days.
I got a ticket the other day. Did I tell you that?
Did you?
So the day we left, we were discussing the weird like tow zone where they can just tow your car to somewhere else, another parking spot. I was so confused by that sign. I didn't realize I parked in a loading zone.
Oh.
So I got $100 ticket.
Yikes.
I'm like, I parked legally. I parked there all the time. And I pulled up the photo, and I'm all ready to fight. I'm like, shit, pull out the credit card.
Yeah,
I just
that's
made a
rough one.
mistake. Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad around here. Between street sweeping and these
Oh, my God.
no parking for construction we're not doing, there was like 8 parking spots here this whole
It was rough.
day. Yeah, not good.
It was rough. Anyway, so yeah, get your votes in for 4-star of the game, and we'll reveal the winner at the end of this game. We should talk about Ethan Del Mastro. And you discovered something about him when looking at the old Blue Lines. Highest rated Hawk tonight.
Yes, him and Connor Murphy were the highest 2 rated Blackhawks. Not that says much, but yeah, I mean, Del Mastro was he didn't stand out per se, but when you're a young defenseman and I don't notice you, that's not a bad thing. That means you're doing your job. Because NHL defensemen are kind of like NFL offensive linemen. You usually only notice them if they do something really good or really bad. If they're just doing their job, you don't notice them at all during the game. So that's where Del Mastro was. 1835, 26 shifts. That's some trust right off the bat.
He was a second pair defenseman today.
And just had the 1 hit, but wasn't on the ice for any goals against. So I don't know. Maybe put him on the PK Sunday.
Why not?
Can't be any worse than Jacob Megna.
No, you can't. Speaking of blind turnovers.
Who was on the ice for 2 power play goals against. Yeah, I like Ethan Del Mastro a lot. We were kind of laughing this morning in the locker room morning skate. He came in, he took off his helmet, and his hair was dry as a bone. And we're all like, what? How does that? You just got done NHL morning skate for 45 minutes, and you didn't even break a sweat? Good God, man.
That's weird.
I sweat just watching it.
I used to, when I played football, I had the same quarterback for grade school and high school. I was a center, he was a quarterback, Tim O'Reilly. Hey, Tim, if you're watching. And we would play a game in September, 80 degrees, sun's out, and by the time I even get my helmet on, I'm dripping. Game be over, he'd play a whole game as quarterback, take his helmet off, and he'd be bone dry. I'm like, dude, do you have sweat glands? What is wrong with you?
I'm not the biggest sweaty guy, but even I would at least have some sort of wet hair with that. So yeah. that was. I like the fact that our chat is trying to figure out what Vlasic said to the ref to get that penalty. If you've ever seen Bull Durham, that might have been.
I like Storytime Wonders here, thinking maybe he crop dusted the ref.
Oh, that happens.
That is abuse of officials. I mean, that is abuse of everybody. But all that padding, it'd have to be a pretty wicked one for it to make an indention.
As I'm living in old man reminiscing corner, my old roommate Mike used to take people's hands and grab them and put them up against his ass and fart. Maybe that's what he did. I don't know. There is the annual Hawks lose, so the fire the coach Discord going on in the chat.
It's CHGO's Ray of Positivity, the Godfather.
Godfather wants to fire all coaches and managers in the city.
I know. We've had.
I think he just had heart surgery too. Godfather.
Hope
so
you're
shout
feeling
out to
better.
him.
Well, maybe don't stress out about this Blackhawks team, and you'll be okay. Like it's not that big a deal right now. Like
Working on a
there
baker's
is
dozen.
zero talent on this team right now. Not zero talent, but very little talent on this team. And as I told other people the other day during the watch along, and I've said for weeks on social media when people get into this coaching staff's got to go nonsense, the guys that matter, Connor Bedard, Kevin Korchinski, Alex Vlasic, Kurashev, Lucas Reichel, while they've all had moments where you're like, I don't like that play. Reichel has struggled a lot for the year. But you've rarely had to question their effort, that group. Even when Reichel was struggling, you rarely ever had to say he's not trying hard. No, he was always giving 100%.
Yeah.
It's just his biggest problem this year was between his own ears. So the guys that matter, they're not the ones you've ever gone, well, they're a passenger this season. So that's what we need to focus on. Because guys like Taylor Radish and Tyler Johnson and whoever, Jared Tenorti, Jacob Megna, they're all not going to be here as soon as next season. And we don't have to worry about that.
Yes. Yeah. we'll see.
You won't have to worry about putting Jared Tenorti in a prize pick entry. Not that he's ever an option.
Even available? I don't think I've ever seen him there.
If he was, I wasn't picking him. But Prize Picks is the largest daily fantasy sports platform in all of North America. And they're the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. It's just you against the numbers. That's it. Instead of betting thousands of other players, including those pesky pros and slippery sharks, you pick more than or less than on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and then all you do is sit back and watch the winnings roll in. You can get in on the playoff action and win up to 100 times your money on Prize Pick as you and the best players take the game to a whole new level during both basketball and hockey's postseason. Both the NBA and Stanley Cup playoffs are starting next weekend, and that's the fun part about Prize Picks is you can put in 3 basketball players and 3 hockey players, or a baseball player, or a college sports player, or a darts player, whoever you want. You can put them all in. It's quick and easy. You make 2 to 6 picks. If you get them all right, you win your money. That's how easy it is. I love Prize Picks. I've had a lot of success. I haven't won in a few tries, but that's okay.
I got in cold too.
Yeah, that's all right. It happens because I keep betting on Blackhawks.
Well,
and that's not been working for me. So if you want to join in on all the fun and start watching that money rolling, go to prizepicks.com/CHGO. Use the code CHGO for first deposit match up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/CHGO and use the code CHGO. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
And pick Coors Light when you are looking to relax and chill and take that edge off after a long day of, working the jackhammer. Maybe you're a firefighter. Maybe you're a guy that makes bacon in your garage.
Reminds me of the conversation we had walking out of the UC.
Maybe you're a guy. Maybe you're a guy that wears short pants and you're a grown man. Whatever it is, whatever it requires, Coors Light is the beer you want. You know why? Because it is mountain cold refreshment. It is ice cold. It is delicious. And when those mountains turn blue, it is as cold as the Rockies. Coors Light. Why is it so cold? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. When it's time to chill, open a Coors Light. It's mountain cold refreshment, crisp and refreshing as your Colorado Rockies. When it's time to chill, Coors Light is the beer we reach for. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/CHGO Hockey. That's CoorsLight.com/CHGO Hockey. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. And we want to give you all a heads up, by the way. Saturday? April 22nd?
Yes.
Saturday, April 22nd. Monday, April 22nd. That's what I said. At the Barn Hockey Bar, we're going to be there for a Stanley Cup playoff watch party. The Barn is at 1659 West Ogden, right by the United Center. Come hang out with us. Come watch some hockey games. 6 p.m. we'll be there at the Barn Hockey Bar.
Yep.
Monday, April 22nd.
It's going to be a night that there should be 4 big games on, and we're just going to get there when they start and maybe not leave to the end.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. So come hang out real casual. No tickets needed or anything. Just show up. Come drink some Coors Light with us. Yeah. Come watch some hockey. It's going to be a good time.
They were in the chat earlier, and we thank them. They're going to reserve some spots for us and just hang out and watch some good hockey. We've been watching bad hockey all year, so now we're going to treat ourselves to a night of Stanley Cup playoff action. I hope for 4 overtime games that night.
That'd be fun. That would be a lot of fun. Yeah, the playoffs are going to be awesome. I'm really, really looking forward to it. Had a chat, I think it was Giggity's, who asked if now that Frank Nazar's season is over, is he going to sign with the Hawks? It's kind of a good question. I don't think so either. But Luke Richardson today was like, yeah, we might get a chance to take a look at him here late in the year.
Yeah, well, Luke also has kind of had some bad medical diagnosis this year.
Would he say that with no...
I mean, maybe, I don't know. Like, then why didn't they do it today and get him here?
Right.
Like,
I mean, they lost last night.
Lane Hudson signed right away.
Yeah. Are they playing today? Is Montreal playing today?
No, tomorrow, I think.
So maybe they sign him tonight or something.
I don't think it's going to... What's the point for 3 games?
There's not.
You're going to burn a year of his contract.
Except to make the last 3 games fun. Or
you're going to burn the first year of his contract, and then that puts him on the same schedule of Bedard and Korchinski. Do you really want to have to give all three of those guys new contracts in the same summer? I mean, I know the salary cap isn't a burden right now, but it's going to become a burden real quick.
Yeah, because you're going to have a $12, $13 million player in 2 years.
Right. So, you may want to start staggering that out a little bit. Bedard, Korchinski, Vlasic this year, Bedard and Korchinski in 2 years. Then you have Nazar the year after that. Then you have more. I thought maybe Ryan Green would be a guy, but he hasn't signed yet. So I just don't know if it's worth to come and play 3 games, and they're bringing in Ethan Del Mastro for these 2 home games, and they're going to send him back. If they don't want to play Ethan Del Mastro against a team like the Kings and the Vegas Golden Knights, why would you throw Frank Nazar?
Yeah, I mean, unless the thought. I think the thought with Del Mastro is getting back to Rockford.
That too.
You can't do that with Nazar, but I don't know.
I think he's going to turn pro.
Yeah,
but just there's no rush. There's no reason to do it to play 3 games. Wait till July 1st and sign him when the season over. Because even if you sign him and he doesn't play, it still burns a year off the contract, and then you got to start staggering some of these guys and spread it out.
Yeah, and it's like one thing if it's 10 games.
Yeah. Had they lost to Landon Slaggert in Notre Dame instead of the other way around and didn't make the NCAA tournament,
right?
Then you bring him up, because then he'd be playing 11 or 10 games, whatever it is. Sure, I wouldn't have a problem with that, but I don't know if Nazar can sign an ATO for Rockford. If you sign an ATO, it's only 2 weeks, so.
Yeah, I think they'll just sign him when the season ends, and he'll be, on track to play for the team next year.
Yeah, patience.
Yeah,
I know we've talked a lot about him for 2 years. We're excited. We're all excited. It's just pointless these last 3 games. Do you really want him to go out there and play with a team that's already checked out?
Not really.
No, I'd rather have him come into training camp.
That said, if they do, I'll be excited to watch them.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's something different.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's what Del Mastro was fun.
Yeah, it was nice, you know. So, I think he's going to be a pro next year, whether it's with the Hawks or maybe they start him in Rockford, depending on how he looks in training camp. But I just don't see the point of doing it for 3 games. It just doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I saw Scott Powers say during the game on Twitter something along the lines of, I don't expect a decision made on Nazar tonight.
Yeah, and the Hawks staff was there yesterday.
Yeah.
For those 2 games. They were there. I'd imagine they're going to go back tomorrow for the final, Denver versus Boston College.
Right.
Aiden Thompson, Hawks prospect, is playing for Denver. He's the last prospect standing as far as the college ranks go. So everybody root for Denver. I was kind of hoping both Boston teams would lose, just so
Boston feels pain.
That and the former Hawks broadcaster on that broadcast team can stop being a homer for the Boston schools. That was the best part about Michigan getting blown out early, is I could turn it off and I didn't have to listen to those 2 guys anymore. Because woof.
Yeah.
Don't have to scream at everything.
Yeah, that's nice. And while we wait for Mario here, maybe we can address it is happening. The Coyotes are moving to Utah.
Yeah.
The team was informed today. The other day, we kind of told everybody to go check out the PHNX show where they're learning in real time from Elliot Friedman and Frank Saravalli. Like, yes, this is actually happening. Today it is official. Not official, but like the players have been told they're going to go see the arena and facilities next week. It's happening. And today the PHNX Coyotes Twitter account said, reply to this thread with photos and memories from your time as a Coyotes fan. And I tweeted this before the show. It's like it really puts into perspective like how much sports teams mean to people. And look, like we've got hundreds of people in here after every game, thousands of people listen to the podcast every day that love the Blackhawks. And as bad as this has been, at least we know that tomorrow and next week and next year and 10 years from now and 20 years from now, the Blackhawks will still be here in Chicago.
Yeah, we've been blessed in the Chicago of, having historic franchises, some who have been here for over 100 years. They're not going anywhere, even though they're, some of them we wouldn't miss. But like what? The Chicago Zephyrs, the old NBA team that was here for like 2 years, that became the Washington Bullets. That was the last one of any significance. The Chicago Cardinals, was that the 40s, the 50s?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Maybe the 60s? I don't know. It was a long time ago. So we don't have that, we haven't had to suffer through something like that. We've had owners threaten.
1960.
So, yeah, you're talking.
Was the Cardinals.
60, 64 years ago. We've had owners threaten. We've had Jerry Reinsdorf threaten. He's doing it again.
Yeah.
I think now this time people are going to be like, go. I dare you. Go. Please.
Yeah.
You look at their attendance. I don't think many people are going to be that upset.
Well, they're building apathy.
Yeah, the Bears tried that.
Yeah.
Before they remodeled Soldier Field. We're going to go to Gary, Indiana. Well, A, that's not that far. We can all still go to the games. And,
right.
And B, go. like I hate professional sports teams holding cities ransom for public money. Just go.
Yeah.
If you can get a better deal elsewhere, effing go. I'll find something else to do.
Yeah, it's just, these Coyotes fans are, I think too, like when you look at a team like that has been a cursed franchise basically since their inception, people take that as an identity, right? Like, I'm a Coyotes fan, thick or thin, and I don't care how bad they are. I don't care what happens. I am a diehard Coyotes fan, and now that is all being yanked out from under these people.
Yeah, they've been through a lot. They've
sucks.
had some false hope there the last couple of seasons, and you basically had an owner who flat out lied to everybody so he can get himself a better deal. And he's going to make a nice profit off all this.
Yeah.
He's paid $300 million and agreed to take on all the debt when he bought the team. And now the reports are the league is buying it for $1 billion from him and then selling it for $1.3 billion to Ryan Smith in Utah, not the ex-Oiler player.
No.
But I just don't. This guy's going to make hundreds of millions of dollar profit for being an asshole.
Yeah, that's all. Well,
being
join the club, man.
But
that's how this.
That's the part that infuriates me.
Don't get me started.
To me, they should. If the NHL wants to do this right, which we all know that's not going to happen, they need to get like an honest assessment of what that franchise is actually worth. Pay him that, then sell it for $1 billion,
Here's
and
the value.
they profit.
Because what are you going to do otherwise?
No, okay.
What's he going to do?
We've
otherwise?
evaluated this franchise is only worth $100 million. Here you go, and then sell it for the $1 billion.
We're taking in all your debts because it came out today that they haven't paid their hotel bills. They haven't paid their.
This guy's a con man.
Yeah,
absolute grifter, and he screwed over so many people. And now they're saying, "Oh, well, maybe we'll make the Coyotes inactive." And then 4 or 5 years from now, if he gets his arena, we'll just give him the franchise again. F that.
No.
Who in their right mind will go play for a guy that just pulled this stunt?
I don't mind giving Arizona the Coyotes back.
Right, not him.
I'm not giving that guy the Coyotes back.
Once you sell that team from him, you no longer allow him anywhere near. He's just awful. Again, I'm sure I don't know much about this guy, and I'm sure he probably inherited all his money because the whole referendum fiasco. I mean, this guy obviously, he doesn't care about winning hockey. And that's who needs, you need to vet these guys when you're giving relocation and when you're doing expansion. You have to do veteran. Don't just sell it to the first guy that can pay the fee. Sell it to someone that actually wants to make it a thriving, successful team.
That would be, logical. So we'll see what happens.
Well, I know NHL, the L in the NHL definitely does not stand for logic. But you know what is logical?
Saving money on your dry cleaning?
Absolutely.
Oh.
And the logical place to save money on your dry cleaning is our friends, our pals, our favorite bunch of dry cleaners in the world, CD1 Price Cleaners. Customers can save over 30% on their dry cleaning bill just by switching to CD1 Price Cleaners. Other cleaners charge a different price for every type of garment. Plus, they have upcharges. You may pay a different price each time you visit. At CD1 Price Cleaners, they charge, get ready for this. You ready for this? One low price for any garment. Yep, even your sports jerseys, the same one low price. CD1 Price Cleaners has your orders ready the same day or maybe the next day if they're busy. Other cleaners could take 2 to 4 days to have your clean garments ready, and by then, I forgot I even own that shirt. And it sits there for 3 years on their little spinny rack, and I completely forget about it, and then I have to go buy a new shirt. They're going to send you a text alert. They're going to tell you when your order is ready. They're going to say, hey, you, come get your stuff. They have a wide variety of services: dry cleaning, wash and fold laundry, blankets and comforters, tailor and alterations, leather cleaning for those of you who are into that, and area rug cleaning. So visit chgo.cdone.com. Once there, you can pick from an in-store coupon or online pickup and delivery coupon options.
Yes, sir. And if you want to stain your shirts, so you have to visit CD1 Price Cleaners, get yourself some bacon from Charlie the Bacon Guy, because you just know you're going to be sucking down that ranch bacon, that Jardiniere bacon. You're going to be wiping your hands on your shirt. You're going to be like Conan O'Brien on Hot Ones. Have you seen that
I haven't seen it yet.
Dude, it is amazing.
It's incredible.
I hear it's great.
It's so effing fun.
I love Conan O'Brien so much.
Conan's my hero. I hope I can tell him that someday. Anyway, get your bacon from Charlie. It's great. He's based in Woodridge, Illinois. He makes craft bacon and bacon jams in 35 different flavors, and he sends inappropriate links to you when you're in the press box. And if you're Mario, you open those, and then you scramble to close those.
Yeah.
His bacon is naturally cured.
Don't
free
ever
of
open an email
preservatives.
from Charlie the Bacon Guy at work. Pro tip.
The bacon's vacuum sealed, and it freezes up great. Lasts in the package up to 60 days in the fridge and even longer in the freezer. The bacon jam, 90 days in your fridge. It won't last that long, though, I promise you. And a year in the freezer. But come on. Who's waiting that long to eat their bacon or bacon jam? Check out the Bacon Vault. It's got all the flavors that he's made in the past. And if it's not there for you now, give Charlie about 2 weeks and he'll make it for you. He's got awesome merch, the beanies, the hats, the t-shirts, the stickers. Here are some of our favorite flavors: ranch, rosemary, vanilla bourbon, maple espresso. I got to try that.
Those are two I have to try.
Jardiniere and Canadian bacon, your bacon jam flavors, the original bourbon, and a cherry jalapeno. And here's the deal, Blackhawks fans. I know we take pride in being Hawks fans. We take pride in being CHGO Blackhawks fans. Charlie is running a promotion right now. The show that does the best and sells the most bacon is going to get bacon from Charlie. So here's what we need you to do. You're going to save 10% on your order at charliethebaconguy.com when you use the code CHGOHawks. Again, charliethebaconguy.com, CHGOHawks. You're going to save 10% on your order, and you're going to help us out, help us get a bacon party, help us beat the Bears, who have an unfair advantage they have 10,000 viewers every time Caleb Williams farts. All right, that's an unfair advantage. Let's take down the Bears. Let's take down the Bulls. Take down the Sox and Cubs.
Brags. We're
Let's
coming
go.
for you.
CHGO Hawks is the word to save 10% on your order at charliethebaconguy.com. He can ship it. He can deliver it. You can meet him halfway or pick it up at his house. Whatever you want to do, he'll make it happen. charliethebaconguy.com.
Wait, did you just say that he's going to have bacon-flavored with the scent of Caleb Williams' farts?
I don't know if I want that. You could try it. I would try that over the Malort bacon. I'll say that.
Our ex-producer and ex-friend Stephen Nicholas says he wants to give Charlie his email address for some of those email links.
No, you don't.
Stephen, you'll enjoy that one.
Yeah, we'll send it to you, Steven. It's all right.
Yeah, and people are talking about the new Utah. Oh, there he is. He's in the show. Hi, Mario.
Yeah, hi, Mario.
People are in the chat talking about the what are they going to name the new Utah team, and I've already said they need to be the Utah Johnnies and just put Keanu Reeves' face on your jerseys.
Hell yeah.
Because, that's going to bring in so many, because everybody loves Keanu Reeves. He's a national treasure.
Of course.
That's going to bring so many fans into the game of hockey just because they want a Keanu Reeves face jersey.
I like Yetis.
You can give away Richard Nixon and Ronald Reagan rubber mask night.
That's fun.
Surfboard night.
Yeah.
bag of cocaine night, like all the Point Break novelty nights.
That was Vegas. Some of the ones I saw that I liked, though, I like Stags. Stags is cool. Kind of like the Milwaukee Bucks, go by the nature.
Sure.
Utah Peaks, something like that. There's a lot of things
Wasn't
you can
that
do.
a sexist restaurant?
Oh, you're thinking of Twin Peaks. Did I ever tell my Twin Peaks story on the show?
I don't know.
Me and Vinny Hinestroza had an appearance
boy.
at Twin Peaks, and we're
remember
sitting
him.
there waiting for the event to begin, and two of the Twin Peaks waitresses are making out at the waitress stand.
Nice.
And I'm looking down, and Vinny Hinestroza goes, he elbows me twice and points, and I look at him. It was like the Schmitz gay commercial on we flip our glasses. I'm like, whoa! It was something. That
right.
place is intense. It's like punk rock Hooters,
Hey,
man.
man, they really wanted to get your tips that night.
Well, they did. Hi, Mario.
What's up?
What did we learn? We have not heard from anyone post game. We've not read any quotes. Fill us with knowledge.
Well, I'll go with Luke Richardson first because that's most recent in my mind. But not a mystery what the problem was early on in the game that kind of sunk the Blackhawks in this one. Poor execution, poor puck handling, poor management, bad passes, bad turnovers. Just that was easily the easiest thing to point to tonight and say that was the problem, and right from the jump they were having issues with it. So that was something that he said that they, the execution of those things needs to be better for them to have any semblance of success. And he said that they kind of fell into a feeling out the game type of process at the beginning of the game, and he said that that is not something that this team is able to do because of a talent issue. They have to try and implement their pace, their will right away. They can't see what the other team is going to do because the other team is just going to take advantage of that. So they have to be the ones to jump on it right away, and they didn't.
Yeah, that was you summed it up, man. It was as much as the slow starts have been a problem this year. That was not it today. It was just bad pass after bad pass after bad pass. And we said earlier, the one nice pass of the game, I swear to God, the one was the Bedard no-look backhander to set up the Kurashev one-time goal. And I think every other pass was just off the money a little bit. There were so many times where it looked like they had something going, and then the pass is just out of reach and it goes out of the zone or it jumps over a stick. It was one of the most frustrating games to watch all year because I felt like the jump was there. The intensity was there. They just couldn't get out of their own effing way.
Yeah, it was, we talk about them playing fast even if you're going to make mistakes. This was them being ready to play, but not being ready to handle the puck. There's so many times it was either passes to no one or passes directly to the Predators, and it was just so frustrating. And it wasn't just the first 10 minutes. It went into the third period where they were just turning over pucks, couldn't handle anything. Like, I can't count how many times a pass was received, and it was like as if the stick blade was made out of rubber bands. Like, it just bounced off, and no one had any control tonight. So just rough. It's a Predators team that is going to the postseason, playing like it. You got Filip Forsberg, the most unassuming near 50 goal scorer this season.
Yeah, seriously.
Getting a hat trick, and it's just you check this one off, and you got three more.
Yeah.
I saw Connor Murphy. Got to talk to him after his first game back. What did he have to say after the tough one?
Yeah, I mean, he acknowledged all the same mistakes and poor management, and he himself was just he admitted he got caught on the one power play goal that he got skated around, and I forget Zucker scored that one, and so yeah, I mean, he was just like he was a step slow reading the play, and he said he felt good in the game himself physically. Going to try and take it one game at a time to finish the season out, and said it was good to get back on the ice mentally and physically, and so hopefully he feels good in the morning and can finish out the season on a good note.
You know, I was thinking about this too, like kind of going back to the turnovers and stuff. I don't know if Andrew Burnett just had the Hawks scouted perfectly, because it was almost as if the Predators knew where the puck was going to go. Like there was that one of the, I think it was the Entwistle one where he was along the I'm trying to remember which way the Hawks were going in that period, but I think it was on the left wing boards, and he throws a backhand pass, and it was like the Predator player knew it was coming. It was as if they were teammates. It was as if they had drawn up that play in practice, and it was just, here, we're executing. We're running our drills. We're going through our, I don't know. I don't know if the Hawks were just that bad with puck management, or if Burnett sort of went to school on, hey, when they're in this situation, they kind of panic and they'll throw it away, because it happened time after time after time in this one. On the tape passes to the Nashville Predators.
Yeah, I think you give credit where it's due to the Predators being able to be in the positions that they needed to be in, and yeah, if that's a pre-scouting thing, then yeah, hats off to the Predators for recognizing that, and for the players to go out and say, hey, we're going to do what we are told, and success will happen, and lo and behold, it worked. So. Yeah, I mean, it was a frustrating game. I know the 5 on the board is kind of, if you just look at that and look at who started the game, you kind of go, oh yeah, well, of course, it was definitely not an Arvid Söderblom game where you hang all 5 on him. Yeah, he still put up what? Oh, they turned the board off. Like 35 saves almost.
Yeah,
I mean, he was hanging in there in a game where the Blackhawks were on their heels seemingly all night.
Yeah, he's tonight. Söderblom is not the problem. He's been better lately. I think he coming in relief of Mrazek the other day. He was pretty good. I will say too, and Troy Murray was asked by Joe Brand during intermission today, what did you think of his play so far? And Troy kind of said he's fine. He's stopping the things he's supposed to, but now and again, when things are not going well, you want your goalie to make a big save for you. And I think that's kind of been where Söderblom has sort of failed this year. I mean, look, early on he was failing in every regard. But over the last, third of the season or whatever, where his game's gotten a little bit better, he still struggles to make that save he's not supposed to make. And if he does make a save like that, in the course of a game, there's almost inevitably going to be one that he shouldn't have given up, so it kind of evens out. So, that's something they're going to have to figure out here in the offseason, what to do with backup goal. We've talked about it a lot. We will continue to talk about it as the season rolls on. But, yeah, you're right, Mario. Not at all his fault in this one.
No, it's hard to blame him for many of those goals. I mean, you still saw some of the glaring weaknesses that he had. The tracking of the puck wasn't great. There were a lot of rebounds. There were a few times where he didn't have control of it in the crease. But overall, he still had over 30 saves tonight.
35.
35 saves.
Yep.
So
Did your overhit?
It did, but not enough of my other ones did. So I hit 2 of 6. That's usually not a winner. Yeah, it's not a game you can tie on to Söderblom, but I'm still not sold that he's an NHL goalie.
I'm not either.
Me 3.
All right. Well, hopefully the front office feels that way too, and we see something in the offseason. I just don't know how you can start next year with Mrazek and Söderblom as your guys again, and expect to raise the standard around here. But we both got in here after the third period started, and we missed the Alex Vlasic abuse of the officials penalty. Was there any idea of exactly? Did he just say the wrong word, or did you see anything on the ice?
He wasn't overly, expressive. It didn't seem like it was anything that was, you read his lips and you see exactly. It really wasn't like that. It just kind of happened after a whistle, and all of a sudden it was, oh, he's going to the box. I have no idea what he said, but yeah, it was just like I guess they're on the penalty kill, and the Preds make them pay.
I mean, when I saw abusive official, that's what I saw first, and like Alex Vlasic's the last guy I would pick to get that penalty.
Yeah.
So if you want to know what he
surprising.
said, I recommend watching Bull Durham. It was probably somewhere along that line. If you've never seen Bull Durham, you need to watch it anyway. It's a classic.
Yeah, it is a great movie. That sounds like a nice summer topic of favorite sports movies. Or we can do it by category, 1 week we do hockey.
One day. Just
sounds like a lot of fun.
Talk.
We got a lot of that stuff coming up. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's I think we've done that in both off seasons we've been around for. So let's go for the trifecta.
We got new listeners that didn't hear those shows the first time
That's
around.
true.
Yeah,
That's true.
they're fun. Off-season shows are fun. And it feels like there's always something. Every day, something kind of drops in our lap to talk about. There's some report or something or other that we can dissect.
You give it 24 hours.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I know Del Mastro met the media too. I know it's kind of a weird, he's still in the glow of his first NHL game, and we don't know if you looked at the blue lines, Mario, but he was the highest rated Hawk.
I sure did.
Yeah, what did he have to say after this one?
Yeah, I mean, it's first game, first NHL game. It's a special moment for him, win, lose, or draw. So I mean, he played well. Like, he actually, for a team that got shelled 5-1, he was not in any danger out there. Didn't look like he was part of in a large part of the turnovers and giveaways and the misplays. Like, it seemed like he was playing simple and keeping things in front of him, which is what you want to do when you're a rookie making your NHL debut 79 games into the season. Given the way that he's played in Rockford this year, it's not surprising because he's been playing really well. So it was good. It was good to see from him, and yeah, he was happy with his performance. He talked about being doing the rookie lap, and he didn't step on a puck and didn't trip over anything. So that was a success. And then his what?
John McDonough just fired you.
Oh, too bad. And yeah, his family was at the game, so that was a good moment for him. And he was involved in some chippiness early on, but said that he wasn't looking to get into a fight in his first NHL game if he didn't need to. So yeah, it was good to see for him. Very likely he's going to be back in the lineup for Sunday's game, and then head back to Rockford as they prepare for the postseason.
Yeah, I said earlier before you got on when we were talking about Del Mastro, I didn't really notice him a lot on the ice. So when you're a young defenseman, that's not a bad thing. Like,
no,
that means you're doing your job, and a nice debut. Maybe we get a big hit or a point on Sunday, and then he goes and wins a Calder Cup this spring. That'd be a lot of fun.
That'd be fun. Yeah, I mean, in the third period, he kind of took a little next step in the game. It looked like he was getting a little bit more active, had a few shots on goal late in the third period. And what was cool was, at the end of the game with Lozon boarding Slaggert and then Foligno jumping in to try and protect him, they go to the 4-on-4, and Luke sends out Bedard and Slaggert, and then Kevin Dean sends out Del Mastro and Korchinski. So it was kind of a, kind of worked out. Not necessarily, as Luke said after the game, it wasn't necessarily coordinated to get all four of them out there specifically, but it ended up just working out that, Luke sent Bedard and Slaggert, and then Korchinski and Del Mastro came out too. So you kind of got that, one shift of 4-on-4 at the end of the season where it's all the rookies and all the young guys. So that was fun. That was fun to see that, and it's kind of a little 20-second or however long they were out there glimpse of more to come from this Blackhawks team.
I assume Luke was not asked about Frank Nazar?
Nope.
Okay.
we wait and see.
Yeah, we were talking before he jumped on that he kind of made it sound like maybe, just maybe, in the pregame audio was like, oh, we might get to see him soon, kind of a thing. But then Scott Powers said, don't expect any news tonight. So
that might have been Luke, like, wishful thinking, like, please give me a new toy to play with.
Yeah.
Anybody. I mean, the team is expected to practice tomorrow. So who knows? Maybe we get a early morning press release, and then someone is at practice. Who knows? Potentially. But I would say, I mean, Greg, you and I kind of talked about it a little bit. What's the point of bringing him in if you're not going to get him into Sunday's game? What's the point of bringing him in to play 2 road games and put him on the same contract time frame as Korchinski and Bedard at this point of the season? Now, had Michigan been eliminated earlier, you justify it a little bit more because maybe he gets 10 games, but to get 3 maybe, what's the point? Give him the off season, have him come in fresh.
I agree.
All right, Mario, we'll talk to you Sunday.
Yes.
That's
I
right.
will not be able to go to practice tomorrow.
All right. Somehow we
know.
will get by. We'll hope the Hawks continue without us.
Yeah, practice will still happen even if we're not there.
All
And
right.
I do want to say, I see a lot of people mention it in the chat about the PHNX Coyotes show. First off, if you see any of us in the chat of that show, guess what? We're doing our own show right now, so those are all fake troll accounts, and we would never ever say whatever they're saying. I don't know what they're saying, but I can tell you we would never say that. Secondly, wanted to give a shout out to Leah and Petey and Craig and the whole PHNX Coyotes crew. They've had to deal with such a horrible situation with the Coyotes and the way it's been handled by powers outside of their control. So, I just wanted to say that, and our full CHGO support is with them, and hope for the best with them, and of course with the Coyotes fan base. Like, it's just they've just been fed a shit sandwich with this handling of this situation. So, it's rough.
It's absolutely brutal, and we obviously wish our pals there nothing but the best. And it's a big kick in the nuts to Coyotes fans, and they've been kicked in the nuts repeatedly throughout the organization's entire existence. So no doubt. Thanks for the sentiment, Mario. Absolutely true, and we'll talk to you Sunday. All right, that's Mario Tirabassi from the United Center. We were talking about earlier in the show how the PHNX crew was like asking people to share their memories, and a lot of the old pictures are like 2011 Save the Coyotes. Like, there's like a lot of it is other efforts to keep the Coyotes in Arizona. Like, it's been going on forever,
repeating itself. And you could both of these things can be true. Yes, it's probably overdue that the team is relocated, and the way they did it was extremely shitty.
Yes.
Both of those things can be true.
Yes.
When you're telling people you're trying to win this land auction and that's going to save the team, but in reality, you're making back channel deals to sell the team to the league to relocate it, it's just not a good look. And, it's not a great situation. I really feel for our PHNX colleagues. Another one of my former colleagues, Patrick Brown, that I worked with at the Hockey Riders. His brother Nate is in the press box a lot of nights. He's the website reporter for the Coyotes, and he's unsure if he's gonna be hired to follow the team to Utah, or if he wants to and that's a guy that grinded with me in the trenches for years, doing whatever it took to get there, and he and I kind of land our dream jobs at the same time, and now he's got to go through this. So as I said before, these sports teams are more than just the players you see on the field or on the ice or on the court. It's hundreds, if not thousands, of people who are living paycheck to paycheck working for these teams, making sure everything is right, whether it's ticket sales reps or accountants or travel secretaries or assistants to the travel secretary. Like, there's so many people that just put in long hours just to make sure a game gets played or the fans have a good experience or, whatever. And these people, are going to be losing jobs.
I was just thinking about this. So every day we enter at gate 3.5, and we're greeted by 2 security guards.
2 of the nicest people in the...
Great people. And then 2 of the staff that, like, hand out the credentials.
Yeah.
We head downstairs. There's a security guard there. Go left. A couple more security guards as you go down the tunnel. Then there's the entire staff of the food stand workers.
Ushers.
Right there. Ushers. Everybody. Like, before we even get in the elevator to go to the press box, we've walked by 20-something... at least employees, and then we get up to the press box. There's someone whose job it is to keep the elevators moving in an efficient way to get people going, and there's people tending to all the broadcast booths, and there's broadcasters, and there's food service people, and there's 2 organ players, and it's like, my God, when you think about the breadth and there's a whole. We deal with 2 to 3 PR people for the Hawks during the course of a game. We see 10 Hawks employee, like, wearing the Rocky pin that indicates they work for the team, getting press notes out. Those we work with them, but we don't, like, communicate with them directly about stuff. It is so many people
the TV
impacted
and radio production people and all.
Right.
Like, there's just so many people that make a game happen.
Yeah. Scoreboard operators,
and
DJs,
just,
it's
these
wild.
are all people that are in Arizona right now that are wondering what are they going to do for their next job if they're not asked to or they're picking up their family and going to a new town. So it's tough. It's all tough, and I appreciate. I think Lucy said that you guys are in the PHNX. Calling out the fake Greg. Don't worry, they know it's not me.
I know it's still it's shitty because I think we all, the 3 of us, because I guess there's a fake one of me in there now too. We just feel powerless. Like, there's nothing we can do about it.
No, YouTube,
I've gone in there and reported them when I see them.
I mean, obviously YouTube makes it very easy to just put whatever
Yeah.
picture or name you want to put up there, and the internet is full of faceless, gutless losers that have no lives and think that they're being funny or think that they're here's the best part about it, guys. Petey, Craig, and Leah don't give a shit what you're saying. They've got far bigger fish to fry than some troll ass loser in his mom's basement thinking he's funny or cool. Like,
his mom probably doesn't love me either.
It's pathetic, but it is what it is. Nothing you can do. I guess, you haven't made it until there's fake accounts of you online.
I guess so. It just,
but
I know
if you're in there, report the accounts.
I've been reporting it as misinformation because there's no specific,
so
you can flag it as whatever. So that's what I've been doing.
There isn't an asshole option.
No, unfortunately.
No. If there was, I wouldn't be able to see. Only like 3 people.
If there was, they'd get a 2-minute penalty.
Yeah, they'd be sitting next to Alex Vlasic. But be cool when you go over there. And I just hope whoever is doing this fake nonsense isn't one of our regulars. I don't think it would be, but
who knows?
If it is, you got some splaining to do.
And I saw there were some comments in here about hey, did you guys forget that they didn't want the Hawks to win a draft lottery?
So what?
Who cares? That's a sports rivalry. That's a different thing. That's.
You know what? 31 other fan bases didn't want the Hawks to win the draft lottery. It doesn't matter. I know all 3 of those. I've been able to spend time with all 3 of those at the draft last year in Nashville. And, Craig is a fantastic journalist. Petey is a great hockey mind. Go watch his video breakdowns on YouTube. And Leah's one of the hardest working people ALLCITY has.
I love Leah.
They're
She's
great
awesome.
people and fun, and they care about their team. They care about their job. And did they get a little
butthurt?
Get a little whiny
It's
about
fine.
that?
Who cares?
Great. Good. Good.
That's fun.
Like, it's fine.
it wasn't personal. They weren't mad at
No,
us.
they didn't come in our chat and say, "Oh, you suck, Jay, Greg, and Mario."
Yeah.
No, they're just mad that the Blackhawks got and they were far from. They weren't the only 3 people in the world
Yes.
that felt that way. Sometimes it's good to be the villain, and the Blackhawks kind of are the villain.
Yeah.
Not for the right reasons, but sometimes it's fun. So, yeah, we gave them. Trust me, we gave them plenty of good-natured ribbing back for that stuff. But the bottom line is, who knows what their next step is? I know all 3 of them are going to land on their feet and be awesome, whatever their next positions are. Whether it's still
I would think
within
they're all
All
still going to
City
be with the company. I would
or
imagine.
elsewhere.
Has Craig ever done other sports in terms of beat
don't
reporting?
know. I'm sure at some point.
Yeah. He could, Diamondbacks or
yeah.
Suns or whatever.
If he wants to come
it.
back home to Chicago,
Hell
we'll
yeah.
put a 4th chair on the
We got
set
a chair
for
right
him.
there. Right there
Yeah,
for you, Craig.
We'll put and then I don't have to do post game anymore at the United
There you
Center.
go.
Just
Well,
come
one
here.
of them can have Mark Carmen's job on CHGO Bears.
Don't bring that feud into this show. Save that nonsense for your show.
Can we have like a real talk? When you and Carm fight, is it real?
Yes. Half the time it is.
I
Half
have-
the time
I-
it
Are
is.
you guys like a brotherly relationship?
Yes, we love and hate each other.
I did want you to throw him off the balcony when he was denying the eclipse.
Yes. Well, I wasn't here that day, but I would have been happy to. But I can do that any day for you.
I have had the experience of walking over by Braggs and Carm when they're having a real off the air fight, and it's real.
We're like brothers. I
But
love
it's-
him. We love each other. We hate each other.
Right.
Some days we call each other. He'll check up on me, and we have this very sweet conversation.
Listen,
and then there's other days we call each other and we cuss each other out. For
I
like
have said this
45
many
minutes.
times. I've even said this to Carm. I love Carm the human being, but I could not work with Carm the on-air personality.
No.
I couldn't do it.
See,
don't know how you do it.
I love Carm because he makes me look normal.
See,
hard
that's
to
good.
do. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
Good for him. All right, should we do our payoff?
Oh
our
yeah, we
segments?
forgot to tell Mario he won his helmet.
Yeah.
Great.
You
Enjoy.
probably knew that.
Yeah, I
Pay
think
off
he
our
knew.
segments and get the hell out of here.
All right, so who's your Hawk winner was Mario. He had Connor Bedard. Connor Bedard had an assist. Ergo, he wins Who's Your Hawk, his 32nd win of the year. He's already locked up the
I
championship.
gotta
so-
sweep these last 3 games so I don't finish in last.
Yeah, I don't know.
I need 2 out of the 3 and have Mario win the other one.
Well, we'll see. You have first pick next game, so
That obviously with the fewest wins, that hasn't done a whole lot of good for me.
yeah, not necessarily. All right, well, let's go to Connor's Corner next. Ready? We got our little jingle, our jingle jangle. Love it.
Only 3 more games of this. We're
I
gonna change
know.
the theme music next year because he's older.
Yeah, I think next year we make his room like a teenage room. Maybe we put like the
Like a Cheryl Teagues poster on the wall.
yeah, like the Farrah Fawcett poster
Yeah.
maybe, and then we'll get some other creative ideas that you'd find in a teenager's room.
Yeah.
Maybe like the "Do Not Touch These Socks" pile.
A couple of random socks on the floor.
Yeah,
A
right.
magazine sticking out from under the mattress.
Yeah.
Though the kids don't have that.
The
today.
iPad,
The
just
iPad.
in the incognito mode,
Yeah.
those sort of things.
The iPad has a.
Yeah, we'll definitely do an upgrade
All
to
right.
Connor's Corner next year as he
Or
grows into
Giggity's
adulthood.
has a good idea. Maybe we change it to Celebrini's Corner.
Oh, there you go. See, beautiful.
Maybe. And Giggity's also says Mario's still picking Bedard and he's already won his weak sauce. I agree. But it is what it is. Next year we're gonna have actual scoring systems, so hopefully it'll be better. All right.
Well, here you go. Bedard had an assist, -1, 1958, 3 shots.
We haven't even said
He
the
won
stats.
4 and lost 5 faceoffs, but he actually won 1, but got 0 puck support, and the Predators took it away, so he lost it. So it should have been 5 wins, 4 losses for Bedard, because later in the game it was him, Foligno, and Slaggert, which I actually kind of liked.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
But it doesn't matter.
Who cares at this point?
All right,
cares?
and we got our 4th star of the game. I don't know the winner. You got to tell me who it is, Braggs. Oh, nice.
Oh, drum
Ooh,
roll.
the drum roll and everything.
It is Lucas
Lucas
Reichel.
Reichel.
Hey, we got
Wow,
some
that
Lucas
is a
Reichel
surprise
love.
to me.
Wow.
I thought like I had to kind of justify him being on there, but Lucas Reichel wins it.
58%.
Damn.
for Lucas Reichel.
That's a big win for him.
28% for Connor Murphy.
Okay.
All right.
I think Reichel did everything that the Hawks want him to do in this game aside from score. He
He
just
had a chance. He had a golden
yeah.
opportunity.
was playing fast, going to the middle of the ice, winning board battles.
Future Hall of Famer Kevin Lankanen. Yeah, just too good tonight.
Too good. That's what happens. You got Lincoln in.
Yep.
All right, I think that's all we got to do, right?
I hope so.
All right, we're done. We're off tomorrow. We're going to talk to everybody Sunday, post-game, Hawks and Hurricanes.
It could be an ugly one.
Yeah. That might not be so fun, but who knows? They beat the Dallas Stars the other day, so
The Hurricanes
stranger
will
things
be
have
fun to
happened.
watch.
Yeah.
They're an exciting team.
We need if you're going to the game, we need a full-on come-home TAVO effort made by fans. If you have a TAVO jersey, wear it.
Yeah. You know what you do? Instead of how they passed the giant flag in Calgary?
Yeah.
Just a big banner that says "Come Home TAVO" and just pass it around.
I love that.
Instead of doing that stupid wave, pass the TAVO banner around the 300 level.
Yes, and they also have make your own signs.
Everything should say
Make
TAVO.
some TAVO signs. And
We
our
miss
buddy
you,
Windy
TAVO.
City Hockey is coming up Sunday. Thank you for the gummy bears. Those came in really handy yesterday. I was driving. I'm like, I have gummy bears in my car. Took them all down. Thank you, Windy City Hockey. All right, we'll talk to everybody Sunday after the game.
Oh, yeah. And Nick Foligno's joining us post-game.
That's right. Foligno Sunday. That's
Yes.
right. He'll be with us post-game. So that could
And
be...
Steven will be with you on Sunday
Oh.
as well.
Wow.
You'll be
Wow.
graced with his
Wow.
presence.
Wow.
I know.
Oh, do we have to lay the rose petals now, or do we just do it,
Yeah.
so we can
Roll
walk
out
through
the red carpet for
put the
King
red carpet for
Steven.
him?
Got to
Yeah.
make sure we have
Well, he was doing
gold-
two
the golden
post games. He was-
Production share.
Yeah, he was doing 2 post games on Sunday, so I wanted to help him out and do one. So he had Sox and Blackhawks, and I was like, I'll let you pick. And he was like, I'll do Blackhawks for the final ride. And he also didn't want me to mess up Foligno.
Fair enough. Love it. All right, well, we'll talk to everybody Sunday after Hawks and Hurricanes right here on a CHGO Blackhawks podcast.
We all silly like the mayor.